A very good morning and welcome to this Monday session of Yoga Online. Today we go back to basics for some of us that have missed practice or even those that have been practicing. It's good to understand basic concept, basic postures. We tend to forget the alignment of these postures as we progress. Come to sit tall. Lift the side of the trunk, but sit comfortably. See that you're not leaning to the right nor the left. Join the palms together. Draw the elbows towards the sides of the trunk to open the chest. Move the shoulder blades in, soften the abdomen. Eyes closed. Now focus on your posture being firm on the outside. The outline of the posture being firm yet quiet. Now bring your attention to the breath. So observe the breath for now. We'll begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. 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 Slowly open your eyes, release your hands. Maintain the height of your trunk. Lift your ears, lift the crown of the head. So let's not rush in between poses. Even this pose where you are sitting, pencil your outline, soften the inside and become quiet. Interlace your fingers in front of the chest. Keep the arms extended. Extend the wrists away from the shoulders and see that the arms are parallel to the floor. Rotate at the wrist and turn the palms away from you. Stretch the palms, stretch the fingers, stretch the wrist and the elbow. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Upper arms in line with the ear, stretch the palms, stretch the fingers. Lift the trunk, soften the abdomen, stretch the armpit. The buttock is firm, the sitting bones are firm. Feel the extension of the trunk, the extension of the side body. Lift the sternum. Stretch the armpit. Stretch the elbows. Stretch the wrist. Stretch the palms. Out, release your hands in front of the chest. Change your mind. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Stretch the wrists away from the shoulders. Maintain the height of the trunk. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Upper arms in line with the ear. A full stretch. Stretch the armpit. Stretch the wrist. Stretch the palms and the fingers. Soften the abdomen. Gaze forward. Your hands. Place your fingertips on the floor. Lift the sides of the tongue. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Turn the palms to face each other. Stretch the fingers. Stretch the palms. Spread the fingers and palms. Soften the abdomen. Breathing out, release your hands. Change the crossing of the legs. Change the crossing of the legs the other way. This brings balance to the hips. Breathing in, raise up the arms once again, palms facing each other. Stretch the arms. Stretch the arms. Lift the trunk and now focus on the breath. With the extension of the posture, bring your attention to the breath. Your posture is fixed, your alignment is there. Bring your attention to the breath. Breathing in, stretch up. Breathing out, turn the palms to face forward. Turn the armpit to face forward. Maintain your posture and focus on the breath. Palms away from you. And 3 breaths. Your hand to the floor. Place your fingertips beside the trunk, roll the shoulders back and look up. As you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. Feel the extension of the back of the neck. Sometimes when we lift the arms, we compress the area of the neck and the shoulders. Release the chin to the chest. Slowly raise up your head. Release your hands and come to stand. So, before we practice any postures, the most important standing posture is Tadasana. It means a mountain pose, but the feet are most important. Lift all 10 toes off the floor. Stretch the toes. Extend the toes as you release them onto the mat. If you can, spread the toes away from each other. Lift your heels back. So you need to have maximum contact with the mat. Grip the mat with your toes and the underfoot. Lift your thighs away from the floor. Move the front thigh to the back thigh, open the backs of the knees. Keep your hands on your hips. Now feel as if you're lifting your hips away from the floor, lengthening the legs. Once you've lengthened the legs, can you push the front thigh back to lock the legs? Lift the sternum away from the hips. Lift the side of the trunk. Lift the crown of the head. And now extend your arms out to the side. Take the palms slightly behind the hip to open the chest and extend the fingers down to the floor. 5 key principles here in Tadasana. The first one is press your feet down. Move your thighs back, open the backs of the knees. Soften the abdomen, take the floating rib in. Broaden at the collarbone. Extend the arms down and lift the crown of the head. So you become tall, at the same time become firm on your outline, soften the inside. Take 3 breaths in the pose, a full inhalation and a full exhalation. And deep breathing if possible. From here, raise up the arms with Urdhva Hastasana, a basic posture to align the body. Stretch the arms from your right foot to the right fingers, a full extension. From your left foot to the fingers, a full extension. I am slightly cut off, but you can watch. A full extension. With this extension, focus on the outline of the pose. Palms facing each other. Your hands are not wider. Walk the right finger, walk the left finger, walk the right finger, walk the left finger. Maintain the height of the side of the trunk. Breathing out, release your hands. Back onto your hip. Feel the extension of the side body. Just to emphasize this, breathe in, raise up the arms once again. A full stretch. Breathing out, release your left hand onto your thigh, a full stretch to the right side. Soften the abdomen and a side stretch. Just understand and come up and change sides. A full extension of the left side, and as you breathe out, a gentle side stretch. Do not be all the way, just feel the sides of the body extend. Breathe in, come up and release your hands. Interlace your fingers once again in front of you. Rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms. A full stretch, upper arms in line with the ear. Press your feet down. Push your thighs back, soften the abdomen. Stretch the armpit, stretch the elbow, stretch the wrist. Stretch the palms and the fingers. Breathing in, raise up the trunk, raise up the legs, lift your heels off the floor. Maintain the height of your wrist and release your elbows, release your heels as you stretch the back of the body. Hold this pose for a few moments. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. Feel the lengthening of the side of the trunk, the back body and the front body. Breathe out, release your hands in front of you. Change the bind of the fingers. Rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms, upper arms in line with the ear. And extend the sides of the trunk, palms facing the ceiling. Soften the abdomen and stretch. Tuck the floating rib in. Now focus on your feet, focus on your thighs and you stretch out. Breathe out and release your hands. And come back to Tadasana. Move the shoulder blades into the body. Keep the feet apart for now. Extend the fingers down. Open the chest. Spread the collarbone. Stand tall, stand firm and focus on you. Place your hands on your hips. Keep the trunk extended. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, bend the knees and release into Utkatasana. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release. These are basic poses, but give us an understanding of alignment. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release. One more time, breathe in to come up. Breathe out, bend the knees and release the hips slightly lower. Release your hands out to the side. Now breathing in, raise up the arms, a full extension. Maintain the extension of the upper trunk from your hip to your fingertips. Spread your fingers, spread your palms. Energize your fingers and your palms. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, bend the knees and release the hips. With this action, stretch up. Stretch the palms, the fingers and the trunk. Up. Breathe out and release your hands. Let's do this move once again together. Breathe in, raise up your arms. I pause. Breathe out, bend the knees, descend the hips. Breathe in, extend the trunk. Breathe out, descend a little more. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release your hands. Turn your right leg out to the side. Keep your heel on your ankle. Turn the hip and trunk to face forward. And take the arms out to the side. Broaden the chest. Turn the palms to face forward. Turn the palms to face up. So feel the hip opening, although your navel is facing forward and your sternum is facing forward. Breathing in, raise up the arms, a full extension. From the standing leg, your left foot is pressed down, your left leg is activated like you did in Tadasana. Keep your hips level, keep your hips facing forward and lift out of the standing leg. Park the standing leg slightly back, open the backs of the knees, lift the trunk, stretch the elbows, stretch the wrist, stretch the palms and the fingers. Can you activate the fingers once again, lifting the palms towards the ceiling, stretching the trunk up and lifting off the standing leg. Breathe out and release and change legs. Stand firmly on the right leg. Take your left leg out to the side. You'll find that the hip wants to follow. Turn the hip and trunk to face forward. So Vriksasana is a basic pose that opens up the hip, but also teaches us a balance. Lift the side of the trunk. Extend the arms out to the side. Turn the palms to face forward. Turn the palms to face up. If you need to hold a wall for balance, it's fine. If you need to keep your hands on your hips, it's perfectly fine. Breathing in, raise up the arm, a full extension. Lift the trunk, palms facing each other. Lift the hips. Press the thigh of the standing leg back. The bent knee rolls out, hip and trunk facing forward and extend. From the abdomen, lift the sides of the trunk. Spread the palms, spread the fingers. Energize the palms and fingers and lift the trunk out of the standing leg. Out and release your hands. Place your hands on your hips. Straighten both your legs and come to stand in Tadasana again. Palms facing your thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the trunk. Extend the arms. Feel that the legs are energized. Place your hands on your hips and step your legs off to the side. Press the big toe side of your feet down and lift the outer edge. And you'll find that it impacts the hips on the outside. Now, press on the outer edge of your feet and lift the toe side, and you'll find that it works the inside of the thighs. It's important when we do these poses that we spread the feet evenly, both on the inside and the outside, to bring a balance to the hips, and both the legs are being worked evenly, both the outside and the inside. So with your feet apart in Prasarita action, press your feet down both on the inside and the outside. Extend your toes forward. So feel that all 5 toes of each foot are pressing evenly on the mat. You're pressing evenly on the inside and the outside. And now lift the hips. Push the thighs back. Lift the armpits away from the chest and extend the arms out. This is known as Utthita Hasta Padasana. Now lengthen your wrists away from each other. Press both your feet down, lift the hips, lift the side of the trunk, and extend your fingers away. Extend your fingers away from each other. Spread the fingers, spread the palms. Turn the palms to face forward. Turn the palms to face up. Lengthen your wrists away from each other. Breathe in and raise up the arm. Press your feet down evenly on both sides, the inner side and the outer sides of both feet. Push your thighs back, open the backs of the knees, soften the abdomen and lift the trunk. Preparation for most of the standing poses. Lift the trunk, stretch the arms, stretch the fingers, breathe out and release your hands onto your hips. Roll the shoulders back and look up. Toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Walk your feet back to hip width apart. Extend your arms out to the side. If you can, join your feet together. If not, keep them apart. If you have high blood pressure or experiencing menopause, keep your feet apart. Now from here, turn your palms to face forward and turn your palms to face away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms. A full extension into Urdhva Hastasana once again. Join the base of your palms. Spread the palms and fingers. This is Urdhva Namaskar Asana. And stretch the arms out. Press your thighs back. Lift the hips. Soften the abdomen. Broaden at the chest and shoot the middle finger. Can you stand on both the outer and the inner edge of both your feet? Press them down, push the thighs back. If this is difficult for you, stay with your arms apart. Breathing out, release your hands, the sides of the trunk, palms facing in. Lift the chest, soften the abdomen. Start from the feet again, press your feet down. Put your thighs back, open the backs of the knees. Soften the abdomen, broaden at the chest. Extend your arms down all the way, extend your fingers down. Lift your ears, lift the crown of the head. Those of you that have more experience, eyes closed. And now focus on the inhalation and the exhalation. Take a deep breath in, slight pause, and then breathe. If an extension is still a problem, just focus on your posture. Feel the energy running up the body, up the trunk, into the shoulders. From the shoulders, down through the arms, exiting through the fingers. Keep the trunk lifted, keep the trunk broad. Take the navel slightly back, soften the abdomen. Broaden at the collarbone, broaden the chest. Energize your fingers and your palms once again. And release the pose and come to kneel on the floor. Take your feet as wide as the mat. In front of your knees. And stretch out into child pose. Just a gentle release. Soften the abdomen, release the head. Walk your hands back, walk your hands back. Cup your fingertips in front of the knees, lift the trunk. Feel the lift of the side of your trunk. And come to lie flat on your back. Keep your knees up and your feet flat on the floor. Soften the abdomen. From the hip to the armpit. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your left leg. Feel the extension of both your legs from the hip to the heel. The softness of the abdomen. You still have the extension of the body like you did in Tadasana. There is a length in the body and relaxation at the center. Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one. Raise up your right arm all the way past the right ear. Roll over onto your right hand side and press to come to center. Sit in a comfortable pose. Lift the side of the trunk. Eyes closed. Join your together. Go deep breath in. But as you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. As you breathe in, slowly raise up your head. Release your hands and open. Continue this week with basic poses, focusing more on the alignment